welcome to Night Rips, and time to try to chase more of my Grail collection of all top Stadium Club, and we're going to do that with a rip of a product I've opened, but not a series that I've opened. This would be 1995 Series 2. Of course, this is the hobby edition of this box, so this is a smaller set. I have already collected all of Series 1. That was a total of 270 cards. There's only 225 cards in the base set of this. And then, of course, we get that. There's still the high number series, which is even smaller still. But we'll go ahead and rip this open, grab 6 packs out of this, like we always do, and see what we can find. Again, everything that's going to be in here is going to be basically fresh to my collection. So I'm not going to complain about that. But there's definitely some cool stuff in here. This is, 95 was where we could get the phone cards, the ringleaders. Assuming we don't have a dud pack like we did the first time we ever opened up 95. We should get a virtual reality card in every pack, because this is this is the year after the strike. Put that to the side. Put our 6 packs up here and get ripping. So go ahead and zoom in. But before we go ahead and start, let me go ahead and take the time to invite you to join the channel. Hit that subscribe button below and hit the notify bell. Let's see how much longer is it going to take me to, finish up this grail of mine of all Stadium Club. I will tell you, it's going to take me a long time. Fortunately, we're getting through the 90s pretty well. The 2000s is going to be a little bit harder. Of course, not every year was a Stadium Club year. And then the 20 teens into the 2020. Actually, I've got a good chunk of 2020, all of 2021, and who knows when 2022 is going to come out. So let's go ahead and get ripping here with the first pack. All right. Hopefully, we don't have a sticking problem here. I mean, it does happen every once in a while. Go ahead and get them flipped around so we don't have to keep going back and forth. And all right, there we go. So obviously they're a pretty set. They are a lot different than the 94. There's how they actually did their backs. They are different than 94 because at 94 they were trying to be more kid friendly, so they were a lot more colorful card. These, I won't say they're back to where they were, because they're not, but they are still, they really focused on the image, very little on the actual borders. You're going to get the team, you're going to get the name, you are going to get, the Stadium Club logo, assuming that gold foil prints, but that's about it. They were more about the photography, kind of to get you into the game, than they were just putting out cards. Brian Hunter and let's see, Aaron Sell. Oh, and right off the bat, this is a box hit ringleader, and a great one to boot, Rickey Henderson. Not only is he the ringleader, he's a stolen base leader too, so we'll put him up here. Again, that's a box hit. We pulled some cool ones too. And they are going to be different ones in this set than they were in the Series 1 club membership. This would be those VR cards I mentioned. Now, what's interesting about this, the VR cards in Series 1 were all gold foil. These are going to all be silver foil, which is interesting because it's all gold foil actually on the other cards. But what they actually do is that they extrapolated what, if 94 would have been a complete season, where they should have been. The numbers on the bottom was actually the extrapolation. The numbers here on the top is actually what they did through that partial season in 94. Troy Hill and Paul Shuey, of course, league leader. Don't know what he's a league leader of. Don't know. Guess I'm gonna have some research to do. All right, let's go ahead and rip in the second pack. So one thing of actually getting that VR card It's good to get the Ricky Henderson card. Don't get me wrong. But also getting that VR card tells me that, this is not going to be the dud box that we've seen in the past. These cards are all over the place. I'm just going to flip them as I go. JT Snow. Hopefully this one won't be a dud pack. The first time I ever opened up any of the 95 Stadium Club, that would be Series 1. It's the only one I've ever opened was Series 1. Mickey Morandini. It was a total dud box. I got no phone card, which that's honestly, a phone card is simply, it was a long distance card back in the day. Nice Pat Kelly. It was a phone card was a card, you could spend to get, it was 3 minutes of long distance service. Now there was variations of that. You could get, they're basically redemptions where you'd call it to get those free 3 minutes and you get connected to an operator. Oh, here's an insert. It's a subset, actually. It's the best seat in the house of Mike Greenwell there in Fenway. I think that's still on the third base side. Yeah, it would be, because if it was from the monster, you'd be looking down. But these are a subset, and you can always tell subsets by their regular numbers, not an insert number. And we got Frank Thomas, and he is the 94 award winner, American League MVP. That's an interesting look. Very stern looking Frank Thomas, actually kind of scary looking, but still pretty cool. And he's silver foil. So some of these are silver foil, some of them are gold foil. Go figure. Maybe that's why sometimes we do pull some of the ones with missing foil. There's our VR checklist. The VR cards aren't part of the normal checklist. And we got Jose Valentin, virtual reality. There with, I think he was with, was that the Brewers? Double checking, yes it is. The logo always throws me off. Yeah, see, why are those? See, those are gold. That's kind of, it's not quite the same. But you look at Frank Thomas and he's all silver. Huh, that's weird. I wonder if there's a difference. I have to do some more research to find out why are some in silver, some are in gold. Oh, who knows? I always find weird things. All right, pack number 3. And then I'll get back to the story about the phone cards. All right, so getting back to the awards. So this set actually had redemptions. There's a potential that you can pull a card to get either one of the rings, be it an All-Star ring, a World Series ring. Part of the reason why they have what's called the ring leaders is because they were doing some ring thing. Well, they decided to also include these 3 minutes of phone, and there was multiple levels of that one. Even Kenny Lofton or the Braves, there was multiple levels, but there's times you'd go and you'd have to call a number in order to get the 3 minutes. It would connect you to an operator who actually would tell you, oh, you just won this ring, whatever it is. Obviously, all of that is now gone, but yeah, it was very different. I'm happy these cards are not sticking too much, and getting ready to show you one of the, I think this cover stories, I think it's an insert set too. Yes, it is an insert set. It's number 406. But here's one on Juan Gonzalez. These cover stories are a Series 2 subset. There was some Series 1 specials. That's the cover stories that are Series 2. And we got, it looks like a Cal Ripken, best seat in the house. It is number 8. There would be at Camden Yards. And that would be on the first base side. But that is really interesting because Cal Ripken was not a first baseman. He was a shortstop. He is short and third, so that's interesting. league leader, Albert Bell. There's another Stadium Club membership. There's our John Detmer, virtual reality. And of course, one of the people everybody chasing this year is Bobby Witt Jr. Well, there's his dad. Not quite the chase, but still pretty cool to pull Bobby Witt Jr.'s dad. All right, 3 packs go, halfway through. All right. This one feels like something's thick in it. This actually could be the phone card, I don't know. Be interesting to get the phone card and the ringleader in the same box because they are both box hits. Major League debut of Russ Davis. I hate these Major League debuts simply because that the date on them are so small. And not only are they small, they're also foil. So I know it's I think that's a 7. I know that's a 6, and that's 1994. But that's a guess, to be honest. Nice Joey Hamilton. Oops. It was stuck. Joey Hamilton's another good one here. It's funny, I have pulled a Joey Hamilton from 94 Prospect, but it wasn't this Joey Hamilton. We got Jeff Bagwell, one of the Killer Bees, Hall of Famer there. Tom Candidati. Roberto Kelly. Another member who got to get a ring, because this was the year that the Braves won the World Series. And a best seat in the house, and that would be number 4 of the Phillies. Oh, I'm drawing a blank who it is. Lenny Dykstra. I hate whenever I forget. And we got another cover story. Of course, it's another cover story of the exact same one we have. That's Juan Gonzalez. And just looking real quick. Thought he was going to catch Hank Aaron's record. Well, needless to say, that didn't happen. And of course, there is always talk about him being a little bit of chemically enhanced. Denny Martinez. And we got our membership form. And after that, we have Tim Raines, virtual reality. Another great one. Okay, this is a cool one. The Crime Dog, Fred McGriff. Pretty cool. You know, obviously, he played for quite a few teams. You know, Padres, Expos. Obviously, the Braves. He did end his career with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and which is good because he actually was from Tampa. And I actually got to see him play. And then there's Edgar Martinez, legend for Seattle. Numbers actually retired with him. All right, pack number 5. Okay, let's see. It's got Marquise Grissom on the back. Let's see what we got. Let's try to spin them around a little bit. All right, there we go. At least these aren't sticking. That's the nice thing. There's Steve Carsey, league leader. And another gold foil. Don't know why it's gold foil, but oh well. There's David Justice, legend here in Atlanta. I forget what World Series he hit a walk-off home run. I'd have to go back and look. I'm getting old, forgetting things now. There's Steve Howell. Marvin Freeman. Definitely some cool cards in this. And the fact that, you know, this is a 95 and they actually relatively little stick. Just a little gift, but we did get another cover story. And that looks like, is that Tim Raines? Yes, it is. Nice Tim Raines cover story. Outfielder for the White Sox. Very cool. At least we didn't get a duplicate. All right, we're coming up to where we're going to pull our virtual reality card here. There's Trevor Hoffman. Great reliever. And of course, you can pull our virtual reality checklist instead of our club membership. But with that, usually behind it is the virtual reality card of Alex Fernandez. Cool. And of course, there's Reggie Sanders, and we end it with, I mentioned it before, Marquise Grissom. This is when he was playing with the Expos. Obviously, he ended up coming to the Braves, and he actually still lives here. So you can see him quite often at any Braves alumni game. So definitely a good reason to come. So let's open this last pack and see what we get. All right, we've got a great one on the back, but we're not going to get to Kirby yet. Let's slide these over, find out where I can flip them. Oh, there we go. There's a nice left-hand heat hurler right there. The big unit, Randy Johnson. That's cool. And of course, he is a league leader. Probably one of the best lefties, definitely one of the best lefties of the day. And it's hard to say that since Glavine pitched this at the same time, but Randy Johnson did some crazy stuff, to include that one bird shot. I mean, that was just crazy. Oh, look at that. Greg Jeffries. That's an image. That's one of those images. Like I said, Stadium Club, I love it so much because the photography tries to get you into the game. That's a perfect example. You don't see that every day. Pena. Felix Furman. I got a little bit of stick, not much. Flip these around. Looks like we got another cover story. Manzanillo. And we mentioned Pedro Munez. And our cover story, and that would be Edgar Martinez. Or no, that would not be, because he's wearing a Brewers uniform. Brewers and Seattle in the day throws me way off. That would be Jose Valentin. Brewers shortstop. Very cool. And since those are base, obviously got to collect those too in order to get the set. The only one we're really not have to collect, obviously, are the ringleaders and the... oh, okay. We have something here that I'm being very cautious about. But I mentioned the ringleaders and the virtual reality, and what I'm about ready to pull from here, and these would be the clear cut cards. And just to make this easier, I'm going to use this envelope, Mr. Paul O'Neill. Nice legend for the Yanks. These are, now this one's a little bit thicker than I have found the other ones. In Series 1, they were a lot thinner. And of course, it took some of the pack with it, or the card with it. This one's a little bit thicker, but this one's definitely cool. What's actually really cool about it too, and it's probably hard to, well, it's not that bad. Ignore the pack piece or the card piece. They actually put a little bit of stats here on the card itself. Again, not the easiest to read, but pretty cool. So because that is also a box hit, it gotta go on a stand. All right, so there's our membership, our last membership form, which right after comes our virtual reality card. And I'm happy we got a virtual reality card in every pack like we're supposed to. This is not a dud box. We have Kevin Seltzer. There's Pedro Munez once again. And I mentioned it before. The first one I saw, the last one we pull, the great Hall of Famer Kirby Puckett. Long live Kirby Puckett. We miss you. Such a nice guy in the hobby. Or not in the hobby, because unfortunately he passed too soon. And his career ended too soon. But from all the stories, he was a great guy. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap here. Of course, there's not a ton of inserts in this set. You know, a lot of things that we're going to be pulling are going to be really subsets. Example of that would be these cover story cards. You know, we pulled Valentin, we pulled Reigns, and we pulled two of the Juan Gonzalez. These, all you have to do is look on the back and you'll see that's a base number. So these are base cards. Nice little subset though. And most of the time it doesn't confuse me. We'd also pulled a few of the best seats in the house. Again, these are base cards. You know, we got Lenny Dykstra, the great Cal Ripken Jr., and Mike Greenwell, Boston legend. What we did pull one of in every pack, which we should, are these virtual reality cards. Really, the only thing you're going to notice different with a virtual reality card is the image here, and the back is different. Now, if I actually had one, I'd show you the difference. But what it does is that they use computer modeling to figure out what the extrapolated numbers would be if the entire 1994 was played. The set of cards here are the same set of base cards, or not all of them, but it is a separate set. And of course, and this is what makes this one confusing, it has what looks like a base number. This is actually a base number for this checklist. And this will actually tell me how many cards, at least through Series 2, there's going to be 270 cards. There's 225 cards just base in Series 2. So it tells you it's still a low number of cards. You know, they're not going to do the inserts because it makes no, or the subsets because that makes no sense. And then finally, we did pull 2 of the box hits. We pulled this. This is a ringleader card, basically talking about the rings, this time of the great Rickey Henderson. And you look at the back, 10-time All-Star, 2-time MVP. There's all of it, you know, Athletic, Yankees, and Blue Jay, you know, playing through 93. You know, by 1995, he was still playing. So his numbers did go up a little bit higher, but not by much. And then we finish it with, and you can see, like my little bobbleheads behind it, this is one of those clear cut, this time of the great Paul O'Neill. So that's it. Another fun rip. And the exciting thing, this is, you know, however many more cards of the Series 2 of 1995 Stadium Club that I can add to my collection, since I have none of this series. So now it's a chance to go start collating this a little bit, find out how many I've got, because we are going to chase those 225. That's going to be found in Series 2. And fortunately, I have this box, so we have 3 more rips here, and I have a second box. Hopefully I won't have to come to both to pull them all. But, you know, we'll rip them anyways because, you know, you still got the virtual reality cards, you still have the clear cuts, you still have the ringleaders, you still have the phone cards. So make sure to join me on this channel and join me on this journey by hitting that subscribe button right there below and hitting the notify bell so you get notified when I put not only Stadium Club but anything up. Also, go ahead and thumbs up to the video, and if you have any comments, drop it in the comment section below. I appreciate taking the time to see me rip more old stuff. You know, it's not always about the new products. For me, the old products are just as exciting, if not more so, you know, because if you think about it, Rickey Henderson, that right there is a Hall of Famer. He wasn't a Hall of Famer when this pack came out, so a little bit more exciting today. So I appreciate taking the time of watching it, and until next time, bye now.